Hello there, lovely good afternoon, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Lunchtime Cafe. Saturday edition it is, and of course we are here to discuss nothing but everything pertaining to the mining sector in Zambia. My name is Joe Smata, and of course I am joined on set by Reverend Cornelius Masua. He is the Federation of Small Scale Miners Association in Zambia, USA Diaspora Coordinator. He is with us to discuss the mining sector. Good to see you, Rev, and good to have you here.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's a pleasure to see you, and a pleasure to be with you all, the viewers. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Now, let's get into it, Rev. The mining sector. How would you look at the current state of the mining sector right now in Zambia?
Thank you very much, Joe. The mining sector in Zambia is something I have been following from my desk. And I have been working through the executive that I hear in FESMAS, and we've been making suggestions of what can be done in order to improve the mining sector, especially on the side of the small-scale miners. We are collaborating well with the powers that be. We are working hand in hand with Mines Ministry, and they are listening to us. We can. There are several areas that we can touch to improve, assist, or help the small-scale miners to make it in the mining sector.
Okay, and now when we talk about the mining sector, obviously they have been caused to have value addition when it comes to our minerals. But let's begin to look at value addition in detail for those that are just joining us right now. Rev, let's begin to look at value addition. When we talk about value addition, what exactly do we mean pertaining to the mining sector?
Thank you very much, Joe, for that question. Good question, I should say. What is value addition? And the value addition that we are talking about is the value addition to the gemstones. Probably before I delve into what value addition is, I would rather talk about gemstones. Okay. First of all, when you talk about a stone, it is just any stone that you can find out there. But when you add a gem to it, it now changes everything, because a gemstone is something that naturally occurs. There are so many gemstones that are domiciled in Zambia, and we can look at them. We can look at the organic material. We can look at the composition and all. So the gemstone, these are stones that are of value. These are stones that are of value. And when we talk of value addition, we are talking of adding value to the valuable stones that we have. Okay, and I can touch on quite a number of stones that we have in Zambia. So value addition, these are the processes that we take those stones into in order to enhance their appearance and to increase the value. Let's say there's a stone that can sell for an X amount of US dollars, and you add value to it, it gives you X squared amount of money. So value addition is something that will give you more profit from a natural stone that you just mine from the ground. So that essentially is value addition. It increases durability, and it increases the market value of the stone. So when we look at value addition, mainly we should be looking at the value, at the market value of a stone when we take it through that enhancement.
Okay. Let's look at some of the gemstones, like you put it, that are valuable, and those gemstones that can small-scale miners themselves can be able to mine and be able to add value to these particular stones. Let's begin to look at some of those stones.
Okay, wonderful. I'll try and look at the stones that are domiciled in Zambia, that are mined in Zambia, and also that are mined outside of the country. We may not have some of these minerals, but I'll still talk about them. First and foremost, I would like to say it is not every gemstone that requires value addition, Joe.
Okay.
There are stones like dark garnet. It doesn't require value addition. A red garnet would require value addition because they are specialized cutters who can cut it to size and have it put on a ring, have it put on a necklace, and it will have value. If we look at one of the stones that is mined mostly in neighboring countries like sapphire. Sapphire has got a deep blue color, and there are other colors for sapphire, and sapphire requires value addition. For you to get the best out of it, it requires value addition. I may not delve mainly into the experience that I've seen of how much a stone was costing when somebody bought it and how much it sold for. But you'll be surprised to find that a stone that is raw is sold. When they add value to it, it can sell for 10, 15 to 20 times the value that it was sold for. So a stone like sapphire, it needs to be improved so that the color can stand out. It needs to have a clearing of the inclusions. Some sapphires may have inclusions, and in developed countries there is a lesser clearing where they use lesser treatment to clear the inclusions. Then it will look as clean. So that is one of the stones that I can look at. I can also look at ruby. Ruby can be enhanced by enhancing the color and the clarity. Ruby, this is a stone that has that deep red color. It can equally be enhanced, and once you enhance it, it sells for so much. So you require value addition for particular stones, and you don't have to go for value addition for every stone. So once you take it through enhancement, it will give you a better market value. But it has disadvantages. Value addition has more advantages than disadvantages. This is why small scale miners, when you are delving into value addition, you need to know that after you've added value to a stone, it may take longer for you to sell it. Why? Because there should be particular customers to come for that, to buy it, and not everybody would buy it. People are buying raw stones from us because they want to add value and resell. They are coming to wholesalers in order to enhance value to those stones and then resell them. You can sell an emerald for $10,000 US. Somebody enhances it and he sells it as a ring for $30,000 US. I've seen that on YouTube. I've seen that on internet where somebody says, I'm a YouTuber and I'm looking around for nice rings, and he enters this room where he finds this person from Asia selling rings, and he says, what rings are this? He said, it's emerald rings. From where? It's Zambian emeralds. And he brought out 3 rings. Each of those rings was costing $30,000 US. So I'm saying, if we can work on this as Zambians, we can actually generate better income, but we need to be patient, because after we've added value, it's not going to sell there and then. But if we have a good market where we can tell those products and sell them out, I mean, we will make money instantly. So it has advantages and it has disadvantages, but more merits than demerits, of course.
Okay, let's look at some of the demerits then, Rev, of value addition.
Value addition, one of the demerits is that value addition is a process.
Okay.
And it takes time. And when you are adding value, you should be ready to lose part of that stock. Something that is weighing 10 grams is not going to be 10 grams when you cut it. And after you've cut it, you need to know what kind of a market you have. And like I said, it may take longer for you to sell, and these are the challenges that small scale miners may have. Probably we can be interchanging concerning the mine sector and value addition, because there need to be access to financing, which the small scale miners are lacking. If there can be grants, okay, so that, let's say somebody mines a stone that can be cut. Where do you go for cutting? You try to make use of the well-established institutions where you can have that cut. It will take time. And now that you have the cut stones, where is the market? So probably what I would say to the small-scale miners like myself, do your market survey before you can even delve into a value addition.
Okay.
You may have buyers for your rough stones and it is going well for you. I would rather say work on your capital, increase your capital. You don't want to lock up your whole capital in value-added gemstones and then you stay with them for a year or two. That is not a good business. That is not good management. So I would rather there is a market, and this is the exposure that that people need to be brought to the attention of the small-scale miners. We need to know what shows we can go to. We need to know what international gemstone shows we can go to, because it is not easy to say I'm gonna attend the gemstone show. Just for you to ship your gemstones from here, let's say for one of the to one of the biggest shows in the world, the Tucson gemstone show, it is costly. So you've gotta do your math well before you delve into that. So the disadvantage is that it takes time for you to do value addition, and it is a cost to enhance that stone. That is one of the disadvantages. But if you have a ready market, I mean, you will hit gold. Once you have processed your stones, you have it readily available, and you can sell it to the buyers that are looking for cut stones, for polished stones, for tumbled stones. It is there and then. You let it go and you continue mining. You can actually increase your production by so doing. That is what I wanted to say. You can increase your production by so doing. That is what I can say concerning value addition.
Okay, and as a U.S. diaspora coordinator for FACEMAS, how then are you communicating this message to your members? For instance, when it comes to accessing market, if at all they want to embark on a journey of a value addition or adding value to the gemstones that they mine, how then are you helping them, for instance, to access market?
Thank you very much for that. I'm glad you asked that question. That is a very good question. What I have done with the president of FACEMAS is that we've made our presence known in these shows. There are shows that I've attended with him that are not being attended yet by the Zambians, and we are bringing information to them. It's in those years, the yesteryears, the bygone years, that people used to hide information. We have moved past that level of keeping information to ourselves. If I see that, hey, there is a well where the village can draw water from, I will know where that well is, get to the village, and let the natives know that there is a well where they can draw fresh water. And so that is what we are doing. And the small-scale miners who have been in the US, be it in Tucson, be it in Denver, will attest to the fact that myself and the president, we've been going around every Zambian stand. We've taken it upon ourselves that we go to every Zambian stand. We interview them, we ask them what challenges they are having, and we help out. I remember helping out. I tell myself that being the diaspora coordinator, I have to be, I look at it, I'm an ex-military man, by the way, so I look at it as battle. I tell myself that I should be the first in battle and last out of battle. To get on ground and to ensure that things are in place, go around, ensure that the Zambians stands are well arranged, the Zambian stands are well cared for. If somebody was given a stand where customers can easily access them and they throw them to another side for no reason, I will go there and champion that cause for them as to why that has happened. And with me and the president, Mr. Joseph Mwansa, a wonderful man, we have been doing that. And we've been interviewing the Zambians, and we've been giving them the information to say, this is what you need to do in order for you to have your product sell. And others will tell them to say, this kind of a product is not for the Tucson Gemstone show. Others will tell them, this can sell when you go to the Denver show, or when you go to the shows that are on the West Coast, Las Vegas and other places. So we are working hand in hand with the small-scale miners, and we have an open door policy. It is now for them to come over to us talk to us, and if they are having any challenges, I have made my number readily available. I don't hide my number. I say let my number be given out there. And at times, not to delve into this, at times, just because they hear your accent, you can be stereotyped, and people can take advantage of you, where they just say, this one is just an African that may not know how to do things in the US. I stand for such people. They'll realize that, oh, there's somebody who is living here and they cannot take advantage of any Zambian. You're one of those, and you're listening to this interview and you face challenges and probably you've not met me. Make sure that you connect with me through the president of FASMAS, and we shall be there for you to support you and to ensure that you have good return for your produce.
Okay. And you have talked about Zambians in the diaspora that are into small-scale mining. What are some of the challenges that they are facing, or that they've disclosed to you as the coordinator in the diaspora, US to be precise, that these are some of the challenges that we are going through as small-scale miners?
One of the problems that, thank you for that question. There's a gentleman who contacted me recently, and the main problem that Zambians living in the diaspora who are small-scale miners who intend to get into small-scale mining, the problem, the challenge that they have is licensing. Okay. We need to a simplified licensing system, streamlining the licensing process for the small-scale miners, especially those who are in the diaspora. You don't want to see a situation where people are sending money and they're being duped. We've got to have a way of helping people in the diaspora, because it's not easy to do things remote control. Probably it is something that we can take to the desk of the ambassador, Mr. Chivamba Kanyama, who is there in the US. But I will echo this to say the licensing process is not that easy. We can reduce the bureaucratic hurdles. We can reduce the red tape. I'm not saying favor the people in the diaspora, but let it be done in such a way that you help us, because it's not easy to have licensing done when you're not present. And most of them, they have to wait until they come. That is when they'll do the licensing. And this is not just for the mining sector. It is also for Ministry of Mines. I mean, which one is this? It is also for, when it comes to lands, Ministry of Lands, where people want to have their title deeds and are being duped left, right, and center. I think we can do better and help the Zambians living in the diaspora, because not everyone is in a position to travel and push their things back home.
Okay, let's look at capital when it comes to value addition to these gemstones. Isn't capital also a challenge when it comes to small-scale miners? Now, if they mine these particular gemstones and they want to add value to it, capital, isn't it a challenge?
Actually, capital, I would say this is the $6 million challenge for most small-scale miners. People have mines that are not productive because they do not have financing.
Okay.
You cannot maximize profits with pick and shovel kind of mining. You need equipment. So small-scale miners lack the capital to invest in necessary equipment. They lack the capital to invest in proper technology. So for the powers that be, providing access to affordable credit or microfinance can help the small-scale miners, because for one to compete with the market out there, to compete with our competitors who are coming to these gemstone shows, we need to go with high-quality produce. And high-quality produce can only come if we have the right equipment. People need excavators, people need bulldozers, people need front-end loaders, and that requires a lot of money. Because if give and take, the last time that we hired with the people that I have partnered with in mining. When we last hired an excavator, it was costing 6,000, not just 6,000 kwacha per day. So if you have a small scale miner who is struggling with financing and you ask them to pay 6,000 kwacha per day for an excavator, I wonder how many days they're going to have that excavator. So financing is critical. Grants and subsidy. I'm meant to believe government and industry-led grants and subsidies can support small-scale miners. Can support small-scale miners. Can help them in purchasing equipment. Can help them in getting the best out of their mines. We do have people that have mines and they're just holding on to the licenses and nothing is happening at the mines until they lose them. So we can do better and we can help the Zambian small-scale miners.
Okay. Now, as a federation, what conversations are you having? You talked with other stakeholders, by the way, including government, regarding the licensing process that is seemingly a hurdle to most small-scale miners. What conversations are you having? Are you engaging government? Are you engaging, for instance, you are in the US, are you engaging the office of the ambassador in the US and other stakeholders? What conversations are you having to make it easier for a small-scale miner to access that license and begin to mine?
Thank you very much for that. Mm-hmm. It is a discussion that I'll be having with the president, Mr. Joseph Mwansa, president for the Federation of Small-Scale Miners, that we should now delve into probably myself spreading my tentacles, because my job description is to work with small-scale miners that are in Zambia and are bringing their produce, especially to the international market in the US. But now, being the diaspora coordinator and based in the US, I can now be of help to the small-scale miners that are residents of the US and they want to explore the mining sector. They want to make profits in the mining sector. You know, if people in the diaspora can come together, there's so much that can be done. We can work with cooperatives. We can work with those who already have their mines, and funding can be sourced and all that. Probably this is something that I need to table with Mr. Chibamba Kanyama in the US to say, let's be of help to the Zambians that have delved into the mining sector and see how we can help them from streamlining the licensing process, seeing how the red tape can be observed, the bureaucracy that is there, helping them out in such a way that they have the licensing and now they can put their money where it is worth, meaning it should give a good return and not lose their investment. So it is something that I can now start doing. To add on to your question, we have observed what is going on in the mining sector. We have read through the bill that went to Parliament and the President pushed it back to them, and we are collaborating with our friends at the Ministry of Mines, and we've made submissions to say, consider what we have seen on ground to be put in what you are submitting to Parliament, because we don't want to have a law that would disadvantage a Zambian small-scale miner. We want a law to be put in place that will help somebody in Shangombo, that will help that small-scale miner who is in Lubwe, to help that small-scale miner who is in Senanga and all that. I'm just picking these places, not that the mines are there are miners there, but to help those people that may not have the backbone of financing the mining projects themselves and making it profitable.
Okay, and you talked about shows in the US where small-scale miners are supposed to showcase their produce. But let's talk about these shows. How often do these shows take place, and how often do you engage the small-scale miners here in Zambia and those that are based in the US?
We are having more meetings than the shows themselves.
Okay.
We are having Zoom calls, we are having WhatsApp calls, and we are advising people of the gemstone shows that are coming. On my table in the US, I have a calendar of every gemstone show that is viable, which is going on. For example, I live in Massachusetts, and there's a small gemstone show that goes on, and I have started going there.
Okay.
And I'm seeing some people that have seen me in Tucson coming to these small gemstone shows. So people are moving around. So we have the calendar of every gemstone show that is taking place in the US. That is profitable for us because there are so many shows. Some are just fossils and all that. So we're talking about gemstone shows where people can make a profit. And myself and the president, together with the executives, we've assessed which gemstones are and which ones cannot be profitable for the Zambian small-scale miners. And so we are advising the small-scale miners to say, this is where you can make money, this is where you can lose money. Okay? And so we are having these conversations, we are having continuous meetings, and we are advising the small-scale miners. We are giving them the information that they need, and we are asking them to say, come along with us. We'll show you what you need to do. And we are not going to baby you. After we have shown you what to do, we'll let you walk on your own. Like there's an old saying to say, give a man a fish, you would have fed him for one day. But teach him how to fish, you would have fed him for the rest of his life. So that's what we're doing.
Okay, fantastic. Now moving on, let me find out also for that small-scale miner who is just watching us right now, or a member of the public that wants to just get into small-scale mining because of the information and knowledge that you are churning out right now. Let's talk about investing in the mining sector. Why should they invest in the mining sector as a small-scale miner for our viewers that are watching us right now?
I would say it's good to invest in the small-scale mining sector. Why? Because it's lucrative.
Okay.
Lucrative, that is not to say there are no challenges. There are challenges because there are people who have gone into small-scale mining and they use the wrong method or wrong procedure of mining. I think we have to move away from the way our parents or forefathers mined 50 years ago, where they would just go anywhere. Today, there is equipment that will show you the best way you can do it. You can bring geologists, you can bring the kind of equipment that will detect where the best stones would be at your mine. And for you to maximize profits is to start from the area that will be more profitable. And once you've generated an income from there, then you can now start going around the other parts of the mines, as opposed to starting from where it's dry, quote unquote dry, starting from where it is not profitable, because you can give up when you're just remaining with 2 meters to find the vein, or because you started from the wrong place. And those who are in small-scale mining, they do understand what I'm talking about, that for you to find the vein, it takes hard work. It takes a lot of input. You have to feed the workers, you have to have equipment, and once you find the vein, you are likely to hit a fortune. What would I say? Having a job is good, but having a job, I call it JOB, just over broke. Why? Because it only takes care of your needs. But if you have your own business, it can create a fortune. And so we are advising people to say, you can do this. There are people who would come to me and say, look at these things, I just found them on top of my garden. How big is your garden? It's this size. Okay, why don't you get an exploration license? Try and check what you have, only to find that they are sitting on gold. Not gold per se, but they are sitting on land which has value, which has gemstones. Bring those out in a short time, you celebrate.
Okay.
Again, it is not that every time you get into small scale mining, into gemstones, you're gonna hit it. Continue working at it, and eventually you will make it. You may fall, you may fail to succeed the first, second time, probably even the 10th time, but continue working until you make it. The guy who discovered the light bulb, the story is that he failed, 999 times. But when he tried the last time, the 1000th time, he hit gold. So what I can say is that do not give in, do not give up. As small scale miners, we are supporting each other, at times just with words, emotionally, and where there is need, we can actually show you better financing. Do not sell off your birthright when a financer comes. Do not sell off your birthright when a foreigner comes and they say they want to work with you. Let them be your partners, but know what you are worth.
Okay. And let's come to the minerals. I'm really interested in the minerals that small-scale miners can be able to focus on that profitable rev. Let's look at those minerals.
Okay. On the Zambian side, I will try and talk about 3 minerals.
Okay.
That I've dealt in, that I've handled, and that are sellable.
Okay.
We have Zambian emeralds.
Okay.
When you go out there, Joe, and talk about emeralds, nobody will talk about emeralds without talking about the Zambian emeralds.
Okay.
Why? Because they rank highly on the gemstone market. And so, this is one area we need to explore. This is one area we need to take out there. I ask myself a question. Why should foreigners have the stones from my country and make so much money, and yet the miners, the people who are mining that, have less than 2% of what they're making? That breaks my heart. I'm meant to believe that emeralds can be sold in their raw form. Emeralds can be sold with value addition and even better. But I am meant to believe that this is something we can do as Zambians. I will share a story with you. We were at one of these gemstone shows, and we're going around to see what people are exhibiting. So we saw a lot of emeralds. And we went over to this guy and we started chatting. He said, "Oh, you're from Zambia? Okay, okay. If you guys bring the best emeralds, you will have good money." I said, "Okay." So we started talking to him, how he gets the stones, that they come here. And one surprising thing, and I hope, I still feel probably that must have come from Zambia.
Okay.
He had one stone, an emerald stone. And he said, "You see this stone?" We looked at it, and he said, the inscription there is actually the name Yahweh, or the name of God. It was on that small emerald. So we looked at it. He didn't tell us where he got it from, but it was an emerald where this name was written. Not that it was written by man. That is how it came. That is how it was mined in its raw form. And I asked him to say, "How much would this cost?" He shook his head and he said, "Guess." I said, "I'm not going to guess, just tell me." So he said, there are people that went to buy it from some religion. I'm a reverend, I'm a preacher of the gospel, but I don't want to get into anything religious. But some clergymen from some religion went there to him, looked at that emerald, and they offered him $100 million US.
Wow.
He turned it down. Then he had that appraised. When he appraised it, they told him that this is authentic, this is real, And what is written there was not done by man. They have no idea how it was done. So the valuation of that small emerald, probably from Zambia, who knows, was 500 million US dollars.
Wow.
I know we can. As small scale miners, we can. I know we can. As FESMAS, we can work hand in hand with the, being the mother body, we can work with the other small scale mining associations, and we can hit gold, even as Zambians in the small scale mining fraternity.
Okay, so that's one mineral rev, which is the emeralds, one gemstone rather, emeralds. What are the other two? You said you're going to talk
I said I was going to talk about three. So the other one is topaz.
Okay.
There's topaz, which is it was discovered. There's topaz, and there's also imperial topaz. They say it is a new discovery, but it was discovered in Zambia like 3-4 years ago. So it's no longer a new discovery. But topaz is another area that people can delve in. Topaz, value can be given to topaz.
Okay.
This is something I discovered lately. It can be heat treated to enhance the color of topaz. And by heat treating it at a particular temperature, it will enhance the color, especially for blue and pink varieties. When they are heated, the color is enhanced. And that, we have topaz in Zambia. It may not be in abundance, but it is there. It is there. And we can work on it. Why? Topaz is available in a range of colors. And there is market out there. And treatment can make it more vibrant and more appealing. And it will give value. It will give better market value as we sell it. So topaz is one area you can delve into as a small scale miner in Zambia. The other stone that I would like to look at is amethyst. Of course, garnet is another one that I could look at, but I'll leave it. Garnet and aquamarine is others I could look at, but I'll leave them. I'll just talk about amethyst. Okay. Amethyst too can be heat treated. And amethyst, when it is heat treated, the color is enhanced. It is okay for you to heat treat it and sell it, but there are people who are heating amethyst and they are selling it as citrine. Okay. Citrine is a honey-colored stone. It is very beautiful when cut, when polished, but it has the honey color. And some citrines have got the light color, and it's got like 3-4 colors of citrine. But when amethyst is heated, it gains value because it looks like citrine, which is of more value. So,
Rev, kindly just hold your thought. We do have a caller on the line.
Yes.
Hello, Camnet TV. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you, sir.
You are through to Camnet TV. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from This is John.
Okay, fantastic. Mr. John, your contribution or question?
Actually, first of all, I want to appreciate so much that I've bumped into this wonderful program. Good afternoon once again, Reverend.
Thank you.
Yeah, so my question is, I've learned a lot. I'm also into gemstone. I'm a small scale miner. I have a buying and selling license. I'm dealing with gemstone, so which is a plus to us. I'm learning a lot. I cannot say much, but maybe I just wanted to find out the number that you can use so that maybe later on after the program we can talk more.
Okay.
And before you go, maybe I would like to ask, what gemstones are you mining in Solwezi?
We have amethyst, the one that is just from talking about.
Okay.
Yes, and also quasi stone.
Quaz.
Yeah, quasi.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what stage are you at? Do you have an exploration license or you have a mining license?
I just have a trading license.
Okay.
But we are yet to have, yes, we have a portion of land somewhere.
Wonderful.
Okay,
so we'll give him the we can give him my number.
Okay, fantastic. So, Mr. John, just stay glued to your TV screen. Before Rev goes, he'll be giving out his number so that you get to contact him, and you have a conversation off air. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Number, so that we call him.
Okay, thank you so much for coming through. You can as well do the same and come through and give us your views. Rev?
Yes.
You can continue.
Okay.
Yes. So the one I was, thank you very much, caller. We appreciate that, and we'll talk more with you, and we'll direct you which route you should take to make your mining profitable. So I was talking about topaz, and I talked about the new discovery, imperial topaz. Now I am on amethyst.
Okay.
Amethyst, which can be heat treated, and it has the citrine color. You enhance it. It has that that purple color. And why am I talking amethyst? Amethyst is widely available.
Okay.
And relatively affordable. It is more affordable than topaz, more affordable than emeralds, making it a good candidate for treatment to increase the market value. So give and take. These are probably the 3 gemstones that I can talk about that I would advise Zambians to delve into, but it's not, it won't be harmful for you to delve into garnet, for you to delve into aquamarine. Aquamarine is well paying, but I just wanted to address 3 so far.
Okay. And as we begin to wind up, Rev, what could be your message to individuals like John? He is into gemstones, and other small-scale miners out there, both here in Zambia and those that are domiciled in the diaspora in the US. What could be your word?
My word to John is that, first of all, I'll give a situational scenario. I was talking to one of my friends, a very wonderful friend who has delved into gemstone mining.
Okay.
And he was telling me to say, you know, Rev, the reason why most people fail in gemstones is that they lack knowledge, or they don't share knowledge with each other.
Okay.
What makes one person succeed may not necessarily be what's going to make you succeed in gemstone mining. But what has made them succeed, you can get some pros and cons, nitty-gritties from what has made them succeed, and that will help you to be successful. So this is what we are doing. We are saying that in those old days they were saying there's so much PhD in the Zambian system, that is pull him down. To me, that is nonsense, and it's a thing of the past. Like the example I gave, if I've discovered that there's a well where the entire village can drink from, why not give out that information? So the information that we have that can help a small-scale miner out there is what we are giving out. But somebody has to come to us so that we work hand in hand. We show you the direction that you should take. If it is cadastre you're having problems with, that is why FACEMAS is there for. Bombard the president with the phone calls. Bombard the secretariat with the phone calls. Those in the diaspora, those coming to exhibit in the diaspora, bombard me with questions, just like John has said, he wants help. John, I'll be more than happy to help you, my friend there in Solwezi. I'll be happy to see John turning out to be a great small-scale miner, so that even others can say, this is an area that you can get into and make a fortune.
Okay.
So we are ready to work with every small-scale miner, big and small, large or tiny, whatever it is. We care less where you're coming from. We will work with you because we are open and we have an open door policy.
Okay, fantastic. Rev, are you going to give out your number, or you're going to call John before?
Probably what we can do is that this is open. I can call John. Give me his number. I can call John, or I'll give my local number. I think I can remember it. It is 773.
Okay.
810-020. I'll say it again. My phone number, this is the local number you can catch me on. Again, I'll be entertaining phone calls from serious small-scale miners, not people who are joking. because I'm not a joker. And when you come, do not expect to be babysat, because I'm not a babysitter. I'll show you how to walk so that you walk all by yourself. But my number is 773-810020. You can reach out to me on that direct Zambian line, and I'll work hand in hand with you. And what I cannot handle, I'll pass it over to my superiors, Mr. Joseph Mwansa, and the executives, and we'll work with you. Okay,
so there you have, viewers. The number that you can reach the Reverend on is 0773-810020. Okay, 0773-810020. That's the number you can reach him on. Before he goes, he's still in Zambia for now. Rev, let me thank you most sincerely for coming through and for sharing the knowledge that you have shared with our viewers out there, including John, who is into small-scale mining. Thank you so much, Rev.
Mr. Joss Mara, it has been a pleasure working with you, sir. To the viewers, we salute you, and we are working for you. Reach out to us, and we shall be there to see you through this walk. Thank you very much, John.
Okay, you're welcome, Rev. And thank you, the viewers, the major stakeholders in this program. Thank you so much for coming through. John, thank you for that call. And for those who didn't manage to come through, thank you. Either way, my guest was Reverend Cornelius Masua. He is FESMA's US Diaspora Coordinator. I've been your host. Joe Smarter is my name. We'll see you when you see us on the next edition. Good afternoon and God bless.